right. Yeah, freaking! I was trying to record the show
All
here,
right.
and they moved the
Are we
button.
on?
We're on now. You will be here in
All
about
right,
10
then.
seconds. We're working on it. We're
All
working on
right.
it. Here we go.
Okay. You're on?
We're on
I'm
Skype
on.
or not Skype. We're on
We're
YouTube
on.
right now.
We're on right now. We are good.
We're good. We have the shittiest
Good.
intros ever lately.
I know. We got to work on that, man. I just try. We're there now. We're live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Freaking After Dark show. Hope everyone's having a great Sunday afternoon. I hope you watch some football, some golf, whatever it is you're into. And I hope you listen to the free brunch program in the morning. You did. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, how's everybody doing? How you doing there, Guido?
I'm doing fan-fucking-tastic.
You're doing fan-fucking-tastic. And how about you there, nasal drain?
Nasal drip. What's up?
Nasal
Turn
drip.
down. Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
What are you talking about? I never heard
I
it.
love that.
He's rapping.
That's a
He's
bad
rapping.
song, dude. That's a badass song.
Yeah, okay.
The person that dislikes any new music is singing new music.
Is singing new music. Who does it? Who's the artist?
Yeah, who is the artist there, Nasal Drip?
Oh shit, man. I don't know. Should I fact check it?
Yeah.
Well, you
I know
ought to know who they are if you're singing their song. You know,
It's
if you're gonna
bad.
get us to,
It's
if you're gonna
bad.
get us to, if you're gonna get us to have to pay commercials because we named their song, you might as well name the band.
Yeah, but I honestly don't think that his voice would really trigger the algorithm. That really sucked. So let's just let that one go. You know, I mean, that could happen because that really sounded bad. That was
That was
like
horrible.
that was like one of
Just
those
horrible.
that was one of those performances that Simon Cowell would love to see.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
DJ
just so we can say
DJ Snake and Lil Jon.
Little John.
DJ Snake and Little John. Yeah, and
Little
what's it
John.
called?
Turn down.
Turn
Turn
down.
down. Turn down for what?
Turn down. You know, we're seeing about a third of you.
Get crunk. Yeah, there you go. Sit your bald ass back.
There you
Turn
go.
down. Turn down for what?
Turn down for what? Turn down for everything.
It's bad,
I'm
dude.
surprised that you even like know a rap song. I mean, I know you live in California and there's a lot of hip hop in that community.
Hey,
and
I
whatever.
just did my daily exercise. I played that and Apple Bottom Jean, you know, by T-Pain, and
With
I
Boots
played
with the
that Salt and Pepper song, Push It. Oh, push it. And man, you can get a fucking workout with
First of all,
listening to that.
it's salt and pepper.
That's what I said. What'd I
No,
say?
you said pepper.
It's
Oh,
Peppa.
whatever, man. Come on. You're gonna be technical. Oh, come on.
Well, I'm sure
It's
Miss
gotta be
Peppa
like
would want to be
that.
called
I
Peppa.
think they would be insulted if you called them salt and pepper
Yeah.
No,
rather
that's
than
the way a
salt and
white
pepper.
guy would call them.
Hey,
That's the way
salt
it's
and pepper.
spelled.
You listen to Black Eyed Peas. You listen
I
to
don't
Black
know,
Eyed
man.
Peas where
You
all
got
the band members are white.
you guys
Yeah.
got tight cheek. You know, you got tight cheeks and shit. You guys, oh man, let me correct him on that, man. Well, that's good trivia for black. All right.
Yeah.
You're easy to correct though, dude.
You are.
I mean, seriously. I mean, you're really easy to fucking correct.
What if I said their name was Salt and Pecker? You know?
Well, we
Come
would-
Salt
on.
and Pecker.
That would
Salt
that
and
sounds
Pecker.
like another one of your gay porns you were in.
Yeah.
How about Salty Pecker?
Oh, we gonna go back to that. We're gonna go
You
back
know-
to that. Okay,
yeah,
folks, we're gonna ask you
I-
a question. If
Go
you're in
ahead.
a room full of men with hard-ons and there's only one chick in the room, would you consider that gay porn? We have your answers real soon. Come on in and tell us what you think, okay? If you're listening in tonight. All right? If you're
Right.
listening in tonight, tell us what you think.
Is
I
that,
had
is
an
that
accident.
considered a
Yeah,
sausage festival?
if you think being in a room full of men with
Maybe
hard
help
ons.
me.
Does that mean it's a sausage festival?
Right.
I
Maybe
mean,
help me.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, guys.
No. Yeah.
Hey, I
Yeah,
just spilled my
we'll
coffee
get an
all over
answer
my
real soon
tablet.
because these guys are vicious out there.
he
We had
spilled
a,
his coffee everywhere.
he
What do you mean,
spilled his coffee.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right on his studio board
That's
there.
it. You're cut off, man. You're
Yeah.
cut off. No
You're
alcohol for you.
you're too old to have the coffee.
Yeah, and you can't have the marijuana. You're not allowed to have. This is the Pepsi syndrome. Remember that from Saturday Night Live when they were at
Oh
the
yeah.
nuclear power plant and they
Yeah.
dumped Pepsi into the fucking control
Right.
pool.
Yeah. He's
Am
got
I
his
on?
he's naked now.
I'm not on. You
Yeah,
see
you
my
are.
picture?
Yeah, I see your picture.
Now I see your turkey neck right now.
I see your gobble gobble.
Mhm.
Turn it a little more, a little more.
Little more
Wait,
there.
I gotta return to the call. How do I return to the call?
You're in the call.
Here's the call.
I don't have you guys on here though. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh my God. Eugenics.
Technology. Not one of his strong suits.
Nose drip.
Post nasal drip boy.
Post nasal drip.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
PSD. What is
Baby,
what does your cup say?
help me.
Now,
He's
Now
he's frozen. Now he's frozen.
Look at that face though.
I know.
I'm gonna take a snapshot of that. That's pretty
Take a
common.
snapshot of that. Then we'll put that on the front page.
Oh, look at
There we
that.
go. There we go. Yeah, he's
Oh my God.
I
I know.
are we for real here?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just you and I now.
Well, he's still here, but
Maybe.
Restart your video.
there he is.
There he is. Oh my God. We just killed fucking 5 minutes of the show waiting for you to get your shit together because you spilled coffee. What's wrong with you?
I think Booger Dripper there needs a mustache. He's taking pictures and shit now. Well, folks, this is what happens when you're over the age of 90 and you try to do a podcast.
Yes. Well,
No, I'm not okay. Can we clean that up?
I know. You better
Órale.
you're killing me.
Don't touch that. It's only right here. No, it's not.
There, I muted them.
This is hilarious.
Yeah. You want me to unmute them?
Yeah, mute them. Yeah,
I
okay.
muted them.
Yeah. So anyway, so you went to the county fair, right?
Yes. It was a good time. It was a good show.
Yeah. You have a good time?
I did. A good time. It was pretty
Good.
packed though. There was a lot of people in there. A lot.
Yeah.
And I can't stand watching him, dude. He needs a mustache trim. Look at him. He's like eating his mustache. He can't hear
This is
now.
hilarious.
Ain't it?
This is hilarious. Here we go. Yeah.
I can't get him unmuted though. This is great. I love this shit. All right. Anyway, so yeah, the fair had so many people, and the thing that made me aware of how much nonsense we are is that I would say there was about 100,000 people there today, and I'm not even exaggerating. And I saw one person with a mask on, and I found that to be, strange.
Oh, his papers got wet. His rolling papers got wet.
He's crying and shit.
This is hilarious.
I can't unmute him though.
You can't hear.
He's crying. I can't get him back. I don't know what happened.
Hey, unmute your mic. We can't hear you.
There
Can
go.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Again, now that was hilarious. That's gonna go down as one of the funniest segments we've ever done. My eyes are watering. I'm laughing so fucking hard. You are just fucking hilarious.
Oh my God, I got my rolling papers all in the coffee. Got coffee all over my rolling paper, man. Good Jesus.
I got some.
Oh man, you got a whole box.
Yeah, I got
Well,
a
he
whole.
rinsed this off. It's sticky.
Yeah.
Sticky.
I buy these on eBay. I get $20,
Water a
24
little bit. It's too sticky.
No shit, $20, huh?
Where's
And
my
then-
trash?
and these are raws, nice papers, all natural hemp papers.
Yeah.
And you get 24 packs for $20, and each pack has what?
Look at the floor.
50 rolling papers.
The floor is no good.
So that was a good deal. I'm developing a new product for the home adult market.
Okay, go get it.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It's called it's NFL oriented, and
Okay.
it's a cover,
I'll be
if you will, for the tip of your penis.
Ah,
It's a helmet,
it's a helmet.
and we'll put little spikes on there, little nubs,
Yeah.
and that will give great pleasure.
Oh no shit! One of those finger
Yeah.
covers.
Or no, you
Yeah.
put it right on your penis head, dude. Look,
Yeah. Okay.
right on your head. And then you ran.
Excellent.
And then you ran.
Most excellent, dude.
You know?
And it's got different teams.
Well,
You
yeah,
can-
but this is
Yeah,
this
pick your
the
favorite team.
this is the champion team of the new year. So this is probably the one.
Yeah.
That's been quick.
Cross your fingers.
Yeah,
It's a rough season.
Are they doing stuff over there? Or are they okay?
I don't know what they're up to. They're cleaning up a mess. He made a real mess. He must have had a full cup of coffee.
Look
That
at we
must
can
have gone
see his, we can see his
every way.
bloomers now.
You can see his boxers. No shit.
Dude, my tablet slid off of the thing and crashed into my coffee. It went everywhere, man.
Yeah. We had you on mute for a while, and it
Yeah.
was fucking hilarious.
It looked like yeah.
So fucking funny.
it looked like Abbott and Costello.
It was like, oh, hilarious. You made a hell of a mess.
Oh, I think it's coming under control now.
Do you
Barely.
think?
Okay. You all
got it.
right now?
You sure you
Maybe.
got it?
Yeah, it didn't get all my papers, almost.
You know, we got people screaming that nobody's wearing masks. And you go to the county fair and ain't nobody got a mask on.
Not one motherfucking person. And
You
and
watch-
it's crazy.
Yeah, go ahead.
And-
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
at
that's
the
good.
concert, the other night, no one's wearing a mask.
None.
That's good.
None. And then
That's good.
you watch on TV at the ball games, at the football games, and the baseball games. The only people who are wearing masks are the players and the coaches.
Right.
Everybody in the stands is not wearing a fucking mask.
Well, everybody's fed up with it. Everybody's fed up with it. It's
They're done.
it's totalitarian bullshit. You know, you're allowed to have an abortion because it's your body, your choice. But I'm not allowed to say I don't want the vaccine or I don't want to wear a mask.
Right.
Well, you know, if I wear a mask or I don't wear a mask and you do, then you're safe and I'm not, and that's my business.
Right.
And if I get COVID and die, well, then I was a dumbass, I guess. But
I
that's
guess,
my
right?
choice.
And if I die from the vaccine, that was my choice.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I'm not, like I said,
All your
I
choice. No.
don't care who gets it. Get it. Go ahead. That's your America right as an American to choose what you want to do with your life.
And your body. That's
And
right.
yeah.
That's right. The jury's still out. And a year from now, it'll be just like the flu, and you'll get a vaccine once a fucking year, and that'll be the end of it if you want to. Only if you want to. After this shit storm is over, it's going to be a once a year deal, and it's going to be just like the flu. You just get a fucking vaccine once a fucking year if you want to, and the sick and the elderly should get it just like they do the flu shot. And we'll keep the deaths down. It's pretty simple. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. I mean, we've been fighting this shit for centuries. I mean, George Washington figured it out. So why can't we? And he was in the Stone Age, according to Time. He figured out smallpox. He said, oh, you take the pus from one fucking sore and rub it on another guy and inject it into his body, and he's immune. See ya. Who'd have thought that something so simple could be done by George fucking Washington?
Yeah, well, it's, like science is a crapshoot anyways. It's people testing things and people, experimenting with things until they figure it out. Well, I don't want to be the test dummy you're figuring this shit out on. In my opinion, this Delta variant, it's just to cover up the fact that people are dying when they're getting the vaccination.
Right.
It's like the vaccination numbers are not working. If you still have to wear a mask, if the CDC is suggesting that you still wear a mask indoors, even if you got the vaccine, then what the fuck good is the vaccine?
It ain't no good.
Right.
It ain't no good. Oh, well, they're saying
it's about to be approved by the FDA now. It's going to be approved.
That's what I've been waiting for. Not because now it's safe, but because now I could fucking sue somebody if I die from it.
That's right.
Or get sick from it.
Right.
So now if one of my kids that are in their 20s decide to get the vaccination and it's FDA approved, now I got somebody to sue because I don't trust this shit.
Yeah, I don't think you can sue for the corona anymore, though.
If they approve it, you can.
I don't think so.
That's why it hasn't been approved. I'm telling you.
Right.
I don't think so, though.
You could sue.
No, it hasn't been approved. It hasn't been approved because they don't know if it works or not.
Right. Once it's approved, there's not a drug known to man that is approved by the FDA that you can't sue if it's faulty or doesn't work. You can look that up. Once they approve that vaccination, now lawsuits can happen against Pfizer and all that shit. Right now, they're immune from it because it's not approved. So you're taking the gamble. You're rolling the dice by getting that shot.
You ain't going to be able to win, though. See, they got too many lawyers and too much money. You can't win that.
Against Big Pharma, it's happened before. I mean, it would be more like a class action suit.
Right. That's what I was just going to say. You're going to get some hotshot attorney that's going to get everybody, like you see it on TV. Oh, mesothelioma. Oh, were you a welder? Oh, did you do this?
Were you in the Navy?
Right.
Were you on board ships built older than 1972?
And the reason for that is because if you have one person suing somebody, you're right. They can use all their resources to get rid of it. But now if you got 103,000 people suing you, you can't get rid of all of them. And you can't make it go away. So
you're not going to get a whole lot of money.
No.
But still, you're suing them.
Right.
Well, you'll go bankrupt first.
Big Pharma just paid a settlement.
No, you won't go
opioids.
bankrupt because in a class action suit, it's free.
Yeah. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. All you have to do is sign up. And on top of that, they just sent out a shitload of money from Big Pharma for the opioid crisis.
Right.
And they just settled on that one. They got sued big time, these fucking pharmaceuticals.
They get sued. Listen what happened. The drug company that makes Lortab, can't remember the name of it, had to give the U.S. government their fucking business to cover what they got sued for. So now the company that started making Lortabs and Suboxone and all that shit are now owned by the United States government. Did you know that?
Yeah, they're still being fed to the American people.
Yeah. And that money is supposed to go to the people that were addicted on opiates and whatever. I was fucking addicted on Lortab for many years. I ain't got contacted by anybody.
No.
Not a single person.
No. They overplayed their hand on that one.
Yeah.
They overplayed their fucking hand. There's no gimmick here.
I see you got a Billy Joel shirt out of the deal the other day, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. I got his old shirt because he's so old looking now that it would look like I was advertising my grandpa or something,
Oh, yeah. I see. Oh, it's an oldie.
Oldie, yeah.
Oh,
but he had actually more of his older merchandise for sale than newer merchandise. It was like he was trying to clean out his warehouse or something.
You got to keep up with the times.
But I will say I was telling Freebird Ride the other day or earlier that for being 73 years old, the guy's voice is still pretty good. And
Did he do Uptown Girl?
of course, you got to do that song. You know, that's like his most famous song. And,
yeah, he did Uptown Girl.
Yeah,
He did New
that.
York State of Mind too.
Of course, he did that.
Yeah.
He did Big Shot. And, You May Be Right. And, you know, Piano Man. We Didn't Start the Fire. You know, he did them all. He did, or not all, but he did a lot. But he did. This is one thing that surprised me though. He did about 7 or 8 album cuts. Now, I'm a big Billy Joel fan, so I knew most of the album cuts. But like my brother went with me, and he's a Billy Joel hits kind of guy. And he didn't know any of them, you know, and he was kind of like, where I did, I knew a lot. I won't say I knew them all, but I knew out of the 8
we
songs,
know the being what we do
right.
and what we've been doing. We know the B-sides. We know the cuts that were never a hit.
Right.
And, you know, it's like, you know, Elton John. Oh, Elton John, so bubblegum. Did you ever listen to Elton John?
Right.
I mean, really listen to Yellow Brick Road, listen to Madman Across the Water. I mean, there's some good classic rock in there.
Well,
And
I'll
if you
tell
don't, if you separate the hits from those gems that are hidden in his albums, you know they're great. It's great music.
Sure.
Same with Bob Seger. Same. Bob Seger's got same way.
He does. But like when I used to raid my dad's record collection when I was like 10, 11, 12, you know, I was lucky because the 60s music, I didn't know anything about it. So I didn't know which songs were the hits. So I ended up liking most of the songs that weren't hits, to be honest with you, just because I got to listen to them brand new again. To me, they were brand new, you know, and the Doors, I found out that I liked most of their non-hits more than I liked their hits. It was weird, you know, and a couple bands were like that. But I think it's cool if you can listen to music for the first time, you know. And then there's other songs where like you listen to Leonard Skinner, and you already know all the songs because it's on classic rock radio, anyways. So what
but it was great. It was great growing up, and then knowing that they come out with a new album, and you knew you liked that first one really a lot, you know. So you know, and then Zeppelin comes out with Zeppelin 2, you know, and you weren't even born yet, you know. And it was like, wow, man. And then 3 came out, and you're going, whoa, man. And you're the first ears to hear this shit, you know. It was It was a good
I'm the kind of guy that didn't listen to Stairway to Heaven, but listened to Tangerine.
Right.
Great song. Great song.
I wasn't around then. I was born in 1974. We know that. But here's a cool Led Zeppelin tidbit. I've said this before. My parents met at the Houses of the Holy Concert. So, and I almost believed I was even conceived that night. So I owe Led Zeppelin to my life to Led Zeppelin, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a lot of people that owe their life to Led Zeppelin. Kashmir caused many pregnancies.
And that goes for any new album that used to come out, like the Stones. They were always popping out new albums and they were new genres for the decade they were in. And it was just, they did so really, and they're still together and they're still making music. And my friend says that they're over the hill.
Well, I would have to agree with, okay, I love the Stones, so let's say that first. Really love the Stones. Probably one of the greatest rock bands ever. But after the 2000s, their music wasn't as appealing to me anymore. I'm not saying it sucked, but up until the 90s, I was digging the Stones, everything they put out. You know, and then it came a certain point, like it wasn't as good anymore to me. And I don't know if that's because I changed, like I grew old or whatever.
Listen, they changed a lot, and Mick did a lot of solo albums, and those were awesome all through the 90s and the you know.
Well, so did Keith Richards. Keith Richards did some solo stuff that was really incredible, some really good stuff, you know. And he played with major stars. He played with fucking
so did Mick Jagger.
And he played with these guys from Led Zeppelin, and even got help with vocals from different artists like Eddie Money and shit like that. So no, he did all kinds of crazy shit.
I'm gonna tell you the best solo Stones album, and I can't remember the exact name of it, but it came out in '77. Ron Wood solo album. That album, I don't know why it wasn't famous because it's such a good fucking album.
Really?
Really fucking good. The Keith Richards appears on it, Mick Jagger appears on it, and this is right when Ron was just getting into Stones, you know, so he wasn't really into Stones at all yet, but it was a great album, man. And I always said I don't understand why they didn't let Ron Wood write, because he wrote some songs on there that were pretty fucking killer. And then if you think about it, Ron Wood wrote "Stay With Me," he wrote "Ooh La La," he wrote you know, a lot of those Faces hits.
Yeah.
You know.
Did you hear the album Mick Jagger Wandering Spirit? The whole fucking album?
I never heard the whole album, but I know the album. That was the one he did like 90s, 2000s around there, wasn't it? Something like that.
And some
Yeah.
girls, remember
Mhm.
Some Girls? Yeah, that was awesome too. And then
Some-
Primitive Cool, another good one, man.
Primitive Cool was like his first solo album, I think.
No,
No, that was
no, Some Girls,
some.
and then Wandering Spirits, and then
No, Some Girls is the Stones album. That's the one with "Miss You."
oh no, She's the Boss. I'm
She's
sorry.
the Boss. That's the first one. Yeah, She's the Boss. Yes,
She's the
I do like
Boss.
that one. I
Oh.
also liked the fucking Bowie and Jagger collaboration on "Dancing in the Streets." I always thought that was they did a song that wasn't in their genre. It wasn't them. It was a dance song, you know.
Dancing in the Streets with the Van Halen was the best version, I thought, of that. Dancing
Well, that
in
is the best
Streets.
version. I won't disagree with that.
that was a hot fucking song by
Yes.
yeah.
Well,
Van
here's the
Halen.
band. Van Halen said when they first started playing together, they would do about 3 or 4 songs that they had already written. Then they would do an hour and a half of Kinks covers, because they were like, the Kinks were like their big influence, you know? And so that's why they did like "You Really Got Me" and "Where Have All the Good Times Gone?" And, you know, they were doing them forever. Those were their staples, you know? And so they were really a cover band at first. What was their first name? Do you remember that? They weren't always Van Halen. They had a different name first. But when they went to register it, it was already registered. Their first name was Mammoth. That's what they were going to be.
Well,
But-
his first album was in 1974.
Okay, so
I've got my own album to do.
that's
That
it.
was
That's
before-
it.
Yeah, I've
That's
got my own album to do. And then in 75, he said, "Now look," he did.
So I got my own album, dude. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, Warner Brothers did it. Yep.
Great album.
No, I'll have to look that one up. I'll have to steal that one.
It'll show you that Ron Wood plays more guitar parts in the Stones than you think, because you're always thinking of Ronnie Wood as the backup guy, but he's really not. I think he's
He's
just
a
as
writer.
good, not better than Keith Richards on the guitar, because everybody forgets he was Rod Stewart and the Faces lead guitar player.
Yeah.
Well, I like for some odd reason, I like Keith Richards' voice.
Oh, Keith
I
Richards
think-
does have a great background vocals. He does. And that's another thing people don't realize. You're right. He sings very well, and he sings higher than Mick can. He's got a higher
Yeah.
range. And I often wondered why he didn't sing more Stone songs. You know, he only sang a couple, a very few amount. You know, I know he had one on "Tattoo You." I can't remember the name of it, but then I can't remember of any other songs that he had the solo part on or the singing vocals on. But
Yeah,
that
he usually gets a song. Keith gets a song on all the Stones albums.
does he? I see. Maybe I just skipped that one. But what my favorite Stones album of all time, though, if we're going to talk about Stones, we can all, you know, mention our favorite Stones album, and that for me has always been "Sticky Fingers." "Sticky Fingers" is like the total album. It's got the ballads, it's got the rockers, it's got.
Well, what about Goat's Head Soup?
Goat's Head Soup is another fine example. A very fine example, and even Exiles on Main Street, I would put in that trilogy of albums.
Exile on Main Street was my favorite album.
Now, my
Yeah,
favorite
mine
album
too.
from the
Mine
'60s
too.
from them, though, is a tie. It's a tie
Yeah.
between Beggar's Banquet and Let It Bleed.
Let It Bleed, another great album. You know, I don't have a socially fit type of favorite album from the Stones because they were all so good.
Sure.
And
I
how
know.
how a band could put 14, 15 songs on an album and all of them are in the charts, other than them and the Beatles.
Right.
And they're the only
And
ones
then-
that could do it back then. I mean, when was the last time a band besides the Beatles or the Stones they had the number 1, number 2, and number 3 song on the charts?
The Bee Gees.
The Bee Gees, but it wasn't rock chart.
No, it wasn't rock.
You know-
but yeah.
David Lee Roth got all pissed off at Van Halen, and he said, "I'm so good, I can put out an album with 3 fucking songs on it, and people would
Yeah.
buy the shit out of it."
And he did,
And
And
he
he
did.
did.
but he put 5 on there.
He did put 5. He did
Yeah,
5.
yeah.
David Lee Roth quit them because he wanted to go pop.
What
Eddie
5
was-
songs were on that? I think it was the
It was Just a Gigolo, California Girls, Coconut Grove. I can't remember the other ones.
that's it. That was it. 3 songs he put on that album.
Maybe it was 3 songs.
I know.
Well, let's find out. I'll go ahead and fact check it.
I was there.
I was there too by that time.
Yeah, by that time, yeah, you were.
And that, those were my dudes in 84, 85, 86. because-
He might have put push up ice cream, the push up ice creams.
yeah,
That
that
might
was on their first
I'm-
album.
I'm your ice cream baby. I'm your push up. That's a
Ice Cream Man, baby. Stop. Yeah. I got all
Yeah.
flavors and push-ups too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good song.
Mhm.
The Ice Cream Man. Yeah, Ice Cream Man. That's the name of that.
And the name of his first solo album was Eat 'Em and Smile.
No,
There
that
you
was
go.
the first album. There was an EP called Crazy from the Heat first.
Crazy from the Heat. They don't
Yeah.
show that. There it is, right there, 1985.
Right.
Crazy
Right.
from the Heat. And it had, let's see, Easy Street.
Easy.
It
Street.
had I'm Just a Gigolo, California Girls,
Right.
Coconut Grove, and there was
That's it.
4 songs total.
Four songs.
songs.
That's it.
Four
Okay,
Okay.
songs total.
Well,
Yeah.
we were both wrong then. So
We
that's
were.
cool.
I gave
And I think it was
money. You gave
2
one
on
less.
one side, 2 songs on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah.
And not only was there 2 that California Girls went to number 3 on the Billboard charts, and Just
It
a
won an
Gigolo
Emmy.
was up there somewhere. So he was fucking thinking that he could do no wrong after that album. He said, "Fuck
Best
Van
Rock
Halen," after he went
EP
to number
got an
3.
Emmy.
Yeah,
It won an Emmy.
yeah.
Best Rock EP won an Emmy. And David Lee Roth showed Eddie Van Halen, and Eddie said, "Well, fuck, I got to go do something about this."
But you know what? Here's one thing. It's usually 2 Van Halen fans, Hagar and Roth. No. With me, loved Van Halen right up to 1984, my favorite shit. And then when that fucking album came out, 5150, I was like, this is a different band, but I fucking love them. Sammy Hagar is one of the best rock voices ever.
Right?
That's what people say. If you like him, you like him. I didn't care for him, but let's see, what was I
He
saying
ain't
there?
dead yet.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
David Lee Roth
yeah.
is a showman. David Lee Roth is a great rocker. He can put on an amazing show.
Oh, yeah. Here's what I was gonna say. Yeah. And then the Stones came out and said and mocked that album and said, and they put 15 songs on the album, and
Right.
they go, "This is the album you want to buy," you know.
All right, I'll go back and say you said every Stones album was good, and I'll tell you you're wrong, because
Hey, the
At the
only
sa-
one they
the
didn't do that I
Satanic
didn't care much
Majestic,
for was
whatever that
Dirty
was.
Work.
No,
Dirty
not
Work
Dirty
was
Work. There's one worse than that. How about the one that your Satanic, whatever that shit was with She's a Rainbow on it. That nonsense album they put out in '68.
Oh, you mean 2001 miles light years away?
Yeah, no. It was, oh my God, She's a Rainbow was on it, and
let's see.
I love that song.
Song
She
blows
comes
up.
in colors in the hair, oh everywhere. She's like a rainbow.
That's like
Don't tell me that wasn't great.
I've ever heard one. It's not great. That album sucked balls. That
They had a
album,
lot of good songs on that. Don't
No,
tell
it did
me.
not. Bring that album up and tell you the songs on there. That album sucked nuts so bad. Even the Stones would tell you that album sucked balls.
No, I'm
Yeah.
afraid you're wrong.
I don't think I'm wrong. Read it.
On the internet, they say it's only rock and roll was their worst.
Nah, I like that one. That one's got fucking that Temptations cover.
I like it too. Yeah.
But our fact checker over here is kind of slow.
I'm working on it. It doesn't show their albums. Damn it, I must have missed it.
Stones, whatever that is. Put She's a Rainbow. It'll come up. And let me find it for you. Because
She's like a rainbow. Oh hell yeah, good song.
Album that was decent, and I won't even say good. I'll just say decent.
It was all good.
No, it was not. How? You tell me how that was.
You're gonna look it up and you're gonna see the songs on it.
It was on Satanic Majesty's request.
That's it.
Right. That's with 2,000 light years away.
No, it's not. 2,000 Man's on that one. Read the songs on there.
Let's see what I'm doing it right now. I'm going to it right now. Hang on. All right, side one, Sing This All Together, Citadel, In Another Land, 2,000 Man, Sing This All Together. Okay, and then She's a Rainbow, The Lantern, Gomper, 2,000 Light Years from Home, and on with the show.
That album is not good.
Well, I like 2,000 Light Years from Home.
Okay.
Because it's kind of spacey. They tried to do the Magical Mystery Tour with it, man. That's all. They tried to do the Magical Mystery Tour.
And then they realized we're not the Beatles. We're a fucking hard rock band. And they came kicking ass after that. But that
was their psychedelic album. That was their psychedelic album.
But the Stones weren't psychedelic. They were not psychedelic.
What year was that? They gave everything a try, though. They did everything. They kept going with the changes of whatever decade it was.
1967.
They tried
to match. They tried to match the Beatles.
And they failed miserably. That album sold nothing. That album was probably one of the worst selling albums in the Beatle catalog.
Okay.
I mean, I'm telling you. Now, the albums before it and after it are great albums because Let It Bleed was right after.
Well, yeah, what they tried to do was keep up with Sgt. Pepper.
Sure.
And they couldn't do it with this album. They really couldn't.
No,
they tried to turn the page.
A psychedelic band. They weren't into mushrooms and hair and stuff like that. They were into the other kind of drugs, and heroin. And
they were a more bluesy R&B kind of a band.
Absolutely. And that's what they should have stuck to, in my opinion, because they did do that. They went back on Let It Bleed and made some really killer rock and roll.
But they always did a country song on every album too.
And that's great. The country, they sound great on country. Everybody don't realize, like Honky Tonk Woman, they're on Let It Bleed.
Country song.
Country Honk version is all straight up country. And I like that version better. That version is much rockin', even though it's totally straight up country. It's a more rockin' song than the rock version that they put out, in my opinion. I like the fact that they did different things. Don't get me wrong. In 1977, when they put out Some Girls, it was almost borderline disco. Okay.
Yeah.
Because they were keeping up with the times, but that was a good quality effort. At Satanic whatever request, they just sounded like they just took a couple hits of acid, went in there, and made some fucking noise.
Yeah.
You know,
And
and
they probably did.
yeah, probably, you know.
They
Well,
had to try.
I'm gonna go listen to that album now. Now that you got my curiosity. I do not have that album, and I never owned that album. So,
And it
but I
wasn't produced very well. I don't think it was produced very well.
They reproduced it themselves, and
Yeah.
that was the problem. And you know, Jimmy Miller produced most of their great output from Beggar's Banquet up until Goat's Head Soup was the same guy.
Yeah.
They skipped him on that one, I think.
well,
But
remember Black and Blue?
I love Black and Blue. Yes, but Black and Blue was a trial for certain guitar players. That
Memory Motel and all those good ones. Oh my God, Black and Blue was.
Daddy, You're a Fool is probably my favorite Stone song of all time.
Yeah.
It's a great emotional, heartfelt. The way Mick sings it, he's really into it. It's like
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
his pain.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know?
And their acoustic version of Wild Horses
Mhm.
is beaten by no one. No
Right.
one can cover that song as good as they covered it themselves. And the acoustic version of that, you can find it. I've got it.
Right.
The acoustic version of that song was just fucking just phenomenal.
Yeah,
I mean,
I have that.
made my
I have
it
that-
actually
that-
brought chills. I mean, I
Rolling
get shivers.
Stones stripped, and it's a
Yeah.
good fucking album.
Yeah,
It's them
it's a
in
great
in
album.
a club. They're playing in a club, and
This-
you know,
The Stones always wanted to be current. And that's good. They always wanted to be current.
I love them. They were, and they always come out with a new one, and I'm going, motherfucker, that's good, that one's good. Oh my
But
God,
I know a band from the 60s that would have probably outdid the Beatles or the Stones in the 70s if a tragic event didn't happen, which is my favorite band from the 60s, and that's the Doors.
Yeah.
I think if the Doors kept going, they would have been fucking packing stadiums everywhere.
Well, I didn't, you know, when the Doors came out, you know, and they, you know, Come On Baby, Light My Fire, and you know, all those cover song, they overplayed the shit out of on the AM radio, because that's all we had back then was a little transistor fucking radio, or in the car it was AM radio. There's no FM.
Right.
They didn't come out with FM till later after that.
Yeah, FM blew up in the 70s.
So when you got home and you listened to that and you bought the album, oh my God, the songs on that were just.
I remember.
You know,
I remember.
L.A.
I was
Woman.
I was
Oh,
down in the basement and I had the Doors on, and I was playing The End,
oh yeah, good.
and I hear somebody upstairs moving around, and I've got it. You know, I got it at middle tone. You got to turn it up a little bit to get the stereo effect of the song.
Sure.
And
Sure.
I turn it up a little bit, and I'm listening to it, and my room is dark, and I got my black light on, and I got my
Right.
posters going, and I'm stoned. Me and my best friend Gary had just smoked out in the back. We were in the garage getting high, and then I came inside, and he said, "I'm gonna go home." So he went home, and I went to the basement, and I hid down there, and I turned it on, and I hear somebody creeping upstairs, and then all of a sudden I hear Mom's slippers coming down the stairs, and she says, "Todd," and I said, "Yeah, Mom." He said, "What are you listening to?" I said, "This is gold." She goes, "That is so strange. How can you listen to that?" I said, "It's easy. You just gotta listen."
Yeah. They really changed my life, the Doors.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I'll tell you, it was the first time I always listen to music like, oh, okay, this song's cool. It makes me move around, this and that. But the Doors were the first band to make me pay attention to words. And I looked at music all completely differently once I started realizing that songs could have meaningful words, not just "I love you, baby." Ooh, ooh.
That's why they
you know.
called themselves the Doors, was because they were opening a door in your mind.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
they were named after Aldous Huxley's book, The Doors of Perception, which was looking through that door in your mind. Yes.
Yeah, look through
absolutely.
that door in your mind, and never mind what's in front of you.
Right.
What's over here? What can we think of next?
Sure. Right.
And
Outside
they
the
were
box.
just outside the box.
Right.
And
Outside the
the
door.
movie is so true because Ray Manzarek and Jim Morrison's sitting on the beach,
Mhm.
and he reads his poems. And he goes, "Dear God, man," he said, "what are you doing?" He said, "Fucking Bob Dylan sitting in the basement mixing up the medicine. He ain't shit, dude. We've got something here, man." And when he put together Krager and what's his
Django.
name?
He
Yeah,
asked him, "Can you sing this shit? Can you sing it?" He goes, "Yeah."
yeah, I can sing it if you want me to. And he would never face the audience in the beginning.
No, he
He
was
never
so
faced
stage
the
fright.
audience. Yeah, he had stage fright really big. He thought he was gonna fuck up. And then
Yeah.
after he got into the show a little bit and started tripping on his acid, then he'd get into his music and shit. Because you
Right.
know what, Bobby Krieger was trying to, they're trying to get him off the dope. And
And
Bobby
and the
Krieger,
alcohol, he'd be drinking on the stage, man.
yeah,
And,
all
and
fucked up. Yeah,
Well, you gotta understand Jim Morrison as a young person. He was such a shy, introverted person that all he did was read, and that's why he became so good with words. He was so shy and introverted right up until they got famous. Then he just came out of his shell, but he was like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde all of a sudden.
yeah, he
yeah,
was
because of
falling
the
down
drugs and
drunk all
alcohol.
the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And towards the end there, when he did his little album of poems, where he
Mhm.
just read his poems and he spoke his mind and shit, people were saying, "Wait a fucking minute, this guy's
Yeah.
fucking a little bit fucking loose."
Well,
Uh,
now you look back at him though, and I'll tell you what, you can't name another person. You can not even name the Stones or the Beatles on this that were more famous for the bullshit that they did more than just as much as the music.
yeah,
He was always in the news. He was the first rock star that made headlines for his private life as just as
yeah,
much as his professional life because he
yeah.
did crazy
Well,
things.
with the possible exception, with one possible exception, that'd be John Lennon.
Well, sure.
John Lennon got a lot of press. He
They
got a
did, they
lot
did.
of
But
press.
I mean, Jim Morrison, but the Beatles got a fair amount of musical press. The Doors weren't getting as much press as Jim Morrison was.
Right. Well, towards
You
the end
know,
of the Beatles, it was
you
all
know,
about John.
Right.
John Lennon has more photographs of him than any other individual in the world.
Oh well, yeah,
I don't
probably.
know, man. I took a lot of dick selfies in my time. So I got like
In this day and age, though, I don't know. I mean,
terabytes.
Paul McCartney's probably got that ranked right out there. He's close. If
I'm
he's,
sure fucking one of those porn stars got, or like Jenna Jameson or something might have a few out there too. But
yeah,
I don't disagree with that. I'm not saying you're wrong on that. That could have been the record at one point, and still could be the record. But I would throw another person in there that might come close to him, and that would be Elvis Presley in my mind. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, don't even hold a candle to the old John Lennon
he was more of
pictures.
a model than anything else. I mean, Elvis Presley was a hell of a model.
oh my God,
Everybody wanted to suck his dick.
I'm telling you what,
I got
Elvis Presley had probably just as much men thinking he was sexy as
Oh
women.
yeah, absolutely.
Remember him doing a Western? What Western was that he did, Elvis? It was
Oh,
great.
He did a couple, but
Yeah,
there was
yeah. I think he did a
Love
great
Me
acting
Tender
job.
was one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't he
What was
start
that?
with John Wayne in a movie?
I don't
Wasn't he?
remember.
I don't know if he was in a John Wayne movie
I
or
don't think
not.
he was, but no, because Elvis would have never been in a movie with a star just as big as him. Would have
Yeah,
never
that's true. That's true. He'd have never
had
done
been a
that.
lower star than him.
Maybe.
And that
I
wasn't,
still,
that wasn't his fault. He would have done it. His manager made sure that nobody was a bigger star than him in anything.
I still
Yeah,
think
he did that
his
Western.
Jailhouse
That
Rock
Western
videos.
was full of stars in that one Western. And God,
But
what
they
was
might have
that
been
movie?
they might have been stars that people knew, but they weren't bigger than Elvis. If you put John Wayne was fucking ridiculously huge. So
I think Dean Martin or somebody was in that, Lee Marvin or
no, you're thinking of Rio Bravo, man.
Elvis was in one of those Westerns, and there was a lot of stars in there with him. And he
Yeah.
did a song on the porch.
Yeah, that's Love Me Tender. Oh,
Yeah, Love Me Tender. Yeah, that's Love Me Tender.
It's black and
Yeah.
white, right?
I think it is black and white.
Yeah, that's Love Me Tender. That was his very first movie. So maybe there might have been, because this is new kid. He was still new to Hollywood or everything. But later on, all those movies in the 60s, there's nobody bigger than him in those movies.
The movie was called Charo.
Right.
Charo. Yeah.
Who was in that?
Let's see. Elvis Presley, Ina Balin, Victor French, and Barbara Whirl. Never heard of any of them.
Yeah, Victor French is the dude from Highway to Heaven and Little House on the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. The older guy.
Right. That was him. I don't know anybody else though.
It is a Western movie, and it looks like it was done pretty good.
Well, he had another Western too called Stay Away Joe.
Stay Away Joe, yeah. Yeah.
He had a few Westerns.
A few Westerns, yeah.
Let's not forget, he might have sang rock and roll, but he was from Tupelo, Mississippi. I'm sure there was a lot of country music there.
And a lot of gospel.
He was in the Army too, and he was a veteran.
Right. He was.
Yeah, he was.
And he said he didn't want the easy way. He wanted to be part of the group and everything. And he was. He was stationed in Germany, and I'm sure
they made sure of that. They made sure he was stationed in Germany. That's for damn sure. He wasn't going to Vietnam. There's no fucking way he was going to Vietnam.
But you know what? He did 2 years of his life. I don't give a fuck if he did it. He was at the height of his game, and he took 2 years off to give to this country. No matter if he just did it to sing to the troops or what, that was a lot for someone to give.
Could you imagine being stationed with Elvis Presley?
Oh, dude, I'd love it.
Could you imagine? Hey, Elvis, do us a tune, dude. In the barracks. All right. You get his guitar out, start strumming and shit. Start playing jail. Go to the county jail, right?
You want me to rub your toes, Elvis?
Yeah.
Elvis,
can I lick your nads?
Yeah, I feel privileged to have been raised with those guys, man. I really do.
I tell you what, I'm not gay, but if I was in the military with Elvis back then, I would let him anal rape me.
You'd let him anal rape you?
Oh,
I'd pay him $100 for his underwear.
I'd be like, as long as you
sell it to the girls.
Yeah, as long as you sing "Love Me Tender" while you're doing it, I'm okay with it.
Would you pray to him? Would you pray? Get on your knees.
I'd be like,
you get on your knees and pray.
Oh God, Elvis. Yeah, I would.
Like
and then he'd say,
and shit.
And then he'd say, "Thank you very much. Thank you very much."
Hey, I'd like to get his wife. What was her name? Priscilla? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she was what, 16 when they met?
Yep.
She was 16.
Whatever. That's all right, because he was the king. He was the king. It's all right.
But he claims every date was chaperoned for 2 years until she turned 18.
She's a lying motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. I never believed that either. That's how
she wasn't slobbing on that knob.
Yeah, right. That's how powerful Elvis was, though. That nobody was going to take him down, and everybody was going to do exactly as he said.
Right.
And
all right, I gotta ask this. What do you think? Elvis Presley, circumcised or not circumcised?
He's a Christian, so not circumcised.
What do you think?
I think circumcised.
I think so too. I think he was circumcised. Now, size. What do you think, inches wise? Their nasal drip.
Looks like you're looking at something that you got information on this.
Yeah, he's reading about it.
I'm not gonna imagine the size of his pecker.
I would
I'd say
it's at least 11 inches.
11
I'd say
inches. There we go. We got an answer.
I'd say 6.5.
6. This
7. He's not as big as he thought he was. Everybody thought he was bigger than he really was. I think he was about 7 inches. I think he was.
Stop it.
I don't think he was much.
He would listen. He would put you doggy style and ram you and sing, "You ain't nothing but a hound dog." He would just do it.
No,
I've seen pictures of his hands. They weren't that big. So I'm thinking.
Look at
God,
that.
you're thinking gay, bro.
I
What are you
am
talking about?
Well,
This is
comes to
but
Elvis,
here's
man.
the-
I gotta know,
His
man.
hands had girth, though. His
His
hands
hands
had
had
girth.
girth. Yeah, he had
So
girth. All right.
sometimes it's not about the
Maybe,
length.
yeah, he might have been 8 inches around.
Right.
You know, he might have been gigantic that way. I don't
I
know.
doubt it.
Elvis and his penis. Tell us what you think here at the Freaking After Dark show. What do
Why?
you? Why not? Tell us what you think.
No,
Tell us
never
what
mind.
you think. What,
Yeah.
was he built like an amazing robot? That
Here's another question to ponder. Was it
That's dumb.
veiny or was it smooth?
or was it smooth? Well, if
Yeah.
it was not circumcised, it was probably smooth.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
you?
Me? I'm smooth as a baby's ass. I was circumcised.
Nobody
And
cares.
I'm like a grower. Honest to God, if I'm not excited, it looks like I have a 12-year-old boy junk. But once I'm excited, yeah, we're on. It's business. It's so weird though. It's like from like nothing to greatness in seconds.
Well, I'm telling you,
And I have elephantitis in my nuts, so that's pretty cool too.
he's got elephantitis.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine that had testicular cancer, and they had to
that's
remove
not
one
good.
of his nuts. Yeah, they had to remove one of his balls from his Zac.
Did
And
they call him Juan Hang Low?
one hung low, probably. I don't know. He did have testicular
I had a
cancer.
friend of mine who said he had 2.5 nuts.
2.5 nuts.
2.5 nuts. Oh, nice. He had
Yeah,
more to
2.5
work with.
nuts.
Nice.
Now, do you like explode more with 2.5 nuts? You think?
I don't know. I think he was awfully embarrassed about it because he never really had a girlfriend.
Wow, that would be like a woman with 3 boobs. I'd love that.
I'd love that. Now, what do you think? I mean, would you like to have a woman with 3 boobs? I'd love to have a woman with 3 boobs.
Why? You can barely
Because
pay attention to one at a time.
But you could play with 2. The middle one.
Yeah. Just saying. There's many benefits.
And like this on the left, not like this on the right.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with it like this in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. Now, at one
Hey.
show,
Hey, then
one
you
show,
could rest your chin. You could rest your chin like this.
we were asking, somebody said that all pussy is alike. Now, I refuse that because not all pussies look alike.
Hey, all right. Here is the technique for eating pussy. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Here
All right.
we go.
You take your fingers like this, and you go like this, and it's like this, okay? And yeah. All right. This is how you hold your hands to eat pussy, because this one here spreads open the lips and what have you, and the thumbs, you rest your chin on it, and it's a good adjustment there. And this is for the old pooper. See the pinky?
That's too much
Okay.
work. That's too much work.
Oh,
What
here
you do
we go.
is with your tongue, you trace the alphabet on her clitoris.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
every second,
that's an old one too.
your
Yeah,
tongue's
that's
moving in a different direction.
yeah. Or you could recite the Bible,
Sure.
and whatever you like. You could say a poem down there for that matter.
You could even go. You can go.
So do we all know how to wipe your ass with one square of toilet paper?
I just pull my pants back up.
No, but do you know how to wipe your ass if you only had one square of toilet paper?
And enlighten us.
Enlighten us.
Okay, hold on. I'll be right back.
Oh, God.
Here we go. He's gonna wipe his ass for you right here on the Freaking After Dark show. We're gonna have someone wipe their ass.
This is
That's
like
what we
Mr. Not Mr. Wizard's World, Mr. fucking Wizard's World or something.
There's something wrong here. There's something not right. Here it
All
comes.
right, here it is.
He's got a piece of
Here it
toilet
is.
paper.
Here it is. Excuse me. Okay. Here's your one sheet of toilet paper. Now I'm going to show you how to wipe your ass with it. With one sheet. First, you take it and you pinch it in the middle. And you go like this. Then you take that pinch off. Okay? Okay, don't get rid of this because you're going to need this. This is important, okay, for later, okay? Now you open this thusly and you put your finger through this motherfucker. Okay? Now you got your shit cool, okay? Now you go ahead and wipe your ass with it. And then what you do is you take it like this and you wipe off your finger like that. Okay? You throw that in the toilet, and then that little piece that I told you to save, that cleans out the under your fingernail.
Oh, there we are. Well, we just lost 40 subscribers on that one. More than likely.
Now you have to be.
That last bit was really shitty.
That was.
Anyways, keep on trucking. I just use my underwear sometimes. Like I'll just put my underwear back up and wedgie it up and down.
Hey, sometimes I've used my undies to wipe, and then I throw them in the trash, and I go.
Why would you throw them out?
I've been known to
I
pull
don't
down
have
my
to clean
pants.
them.
I've been known to pull down my pants and scrape on the rug.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait, I gotta go back to that other thing. He said he uses his underwear to wipe his ass, and then he throws them out because he don't want to clean them.
Right.
Damn, I just bring them home, make my wife clean them.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's my thinking. That's why. Where's he going now?
I know. Be like, honey, you dropped your apron.
Honey, you dropped your apron. Yeah, no shit. Here we go. We're looking good here, man. We're looking good. So, anyway, we're going to talk about something completely different, aren't we? Please.
What were we? I don't even remember what we were talking about. That was stupid. But anyways,
we went to Elvis.
Elvis's wiener. Here's a question about wieners. Who do you think was smaller, Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Stallone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just had an average dick.
I would think it was.
Although he supposedly did porn.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Party at Kitty and Studs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the name of it. It was so fucking cheap and lame, but it really does show Mr. Stallone in the buff having sex.
All right, I'm back.
And
nice.
You used to be able to, believe it or not, because it's a movie, you used to be able to find it on YouTube, but I don't know if you still can find it. It's called Party at Kitty and Studs, and it stars Sylvester Stallone, and it's a straight up porn movie.
And you can get that on YouTube?
You used to be able to, but now YouTube censors everything, so I don't know. But this was years ago I saw it on YouTube, years ago, before Google owned it, when it was actually a cool place to go. Right. But just amazing that you could watch that shit on there. And Sylvester Stallone went from making porn to making billions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He is rich. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Well, he only really made money when he did Rocky, and that was
Rambo.
And Rambo,
Rambo. He did Rambo. He did all kinds of crazy shit.
Let me say something. He made off Rambo and Rocky the most money because he owned the rights to those. But at one point, that dude was making $24 million a picture.
Yeah.
I mean, if he did 4 movies, that's $100 million. So I don't know what he's worth, but I'm sure he's worth a lot.
Yeah. I love the movie. What's that movie where he goes back in time and they freeze him and shit?
Oh yeah, Demolition
Great
Man.
movie. Great
Wesley
movie.
Snipes. Wesley
Is it-
Snipes, right?
Is it Demolition Man?
Demolition
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Great
Yeah,
movie. Yeah.
we forgot about another series that Stallone owns, and that's the Expendables.
Yeah, that's another one.
That was a huge hit. You know, that
So
was
I would have to say Stallone's career was much better than Arnold
Arnold.
Schwarzenegger's. Yeah.
It was because Arnold, unfortunately, you know, he went the route of the politics for a little bit, and he got out of shape.
Yeah, he did.
He's not. He takes his shirt off. It looks like he's got boobs and shit. Where
Well,
if
he's
Stallone
70
takes his
now.
shirt,
Come
okay,
on,
so
he's
is
70.
Stallone.
And
And
Stallone's an
Stallone-
ugly motherfucker now.
But
I mean,
if
ugly.
he took his shirt off,
But he's
You
a
would
better
still-
actor, I
you
think.
would still see muscles. You would see all kinds of
No,
muscles.
I think they're equal. I like Conan. I like the Commandos and I like all of Schwarzenegger's movies. And I like Rambo was my favorite of Rambo's. And I didn't care for Rocky. And when they wore it all out, and did 6 of them, I'm just going, hey, enough is enough with Rocky Raccoon,
I enjoyed almost all of the Rockies except for 5. That was the one with Tommy Morrison. But I like the Rocky movies, man. I thought it was so cool when I was a kid and fucking Mr. T was gonna fight Rocky. It was like the coolest thing in the world, And
I was older than that. And I didn't get along with it. It was too cornball. But Rambo was great. The first one, oh my God, that was good,
Rambo, The first Rambo, First Blood, was probably one of the greatest action movies like that ever, because it was such a believable thing. That could have happened. That fucking Green Beret Marine or whatever the fuck he was could take that little town captive like he did, pretty much,
That was awesome. All the other movies he did was all like scripted and shit. It just was just too, unbelievable.
What about Lockup? Great movie where he escaped from the prison, and then the other one, Cliffhanger, where he was the
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger was great. Yes, that was a good movie. I forgot about that. That was really good.
The one of the movies I liked best by him was Cop.
That was with Lithgow. Lithgow was in that. That guy is great. That guy is awesome.
John Lithgow.
I love that guy.
John
John
Lithgow
Lithgow.
was a bad guy, wasn't he? He was
Yeah,
a
he
bad
was.
guy.
Yeah. Good movie.
Always a good guy and a bad guy.
Who do you think was the worst movie villain of all time?
The worst movie villain of all time?
Right. It doesn't have to be like a Batman. I mean, like a villain. It could be like in any movie, the bad guy.
Do you mean who was the baddest, or
Yeah.
who was the worst?
No. Who was the baddest? Who do you think was the best bad guy?
The best
bad guy.
Oh, Bruce Dern in
Yeah.
True Grit.
Okay.
Oh, real badass. I mean, John Wayne and him in that movie was just phenomenal. In the original True Grit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know.
No.
Hell.
No, that was Bruce Dern. He was in
That's what I said.
the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys. That's it. You're right. Yeah. That's it. You're right. Bruce Dern in the Cowboys. Great movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I think, I don't know, I think one of the best bad people of all time, and it's kind of cheesy, but he did such a good job at it, was Gene Hackman when he did Lex Luthor and Superman.
Well, yeah.
I just thought the way he put that little comedic touch to it, I think Gene Hackman's an amazing actor to begin with, and he was just like the not good looking, but I mean, like, he didn't look like a bad guy, but he was a very bad guy.
Who's one of your favorite bad guys there?
Well, I thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was a bad guy in
Terminator,
the first one, and all those, that whole chain was good. And Conan 1 and 2, both good. and Commando when he did it with that little girl. What was her
Yeah,
name?
but we're talking about the bad guy. Who's your favorite bad guy?
Well, Schwarzenegger was a bad guy in the first movie.
So is that your favorite bad guy?
I like Lithgow too in that one. And um, uh, remember Time Cop? What was his name? The guy who did, the bad guy in Time Cop.
Wasn't that with Van Damme?
No, yeah, that was with Van Damme. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't remember who the bad guy was in that.
yeah, he had that black hair. He was bad.
Yeah. There was a lot of evil villains, but I don't know.
And what about Wild Bill? He was great too.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lamb. That guy was a good bad guy.
Wild Bill. Yeah, he was a good bad guy. But he was a really good bad guy. He was. I forgot about him. I guess there's so many bad guys. You can't really pick one out.
You can't.
Yeah.
I can't put my finger on one. That's what I'm saying. I'm starting to think.
In Dr. No, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Was
Goldfinger.
Yeah.
He put on a.
No, James Bond. I'm expecting you to die.
He robbed Fort Knox. Yeah.
So I guess there's a lot of good antagonists and villains out there, and now that I'm thinking about it, I would have to say I lied. My favorite villain of all time is Don Vito Corleone.
Yeah.
Even though in the movie he's the hero, he's really a fucking criminal.
Well, so was Taxi. What was his name? Free Ride Taxi.
You talking to me? Are you talking to me?
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Yeah, you talking to me?
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
That's
he always
him.
played a good bad guy. He was always a good bad guy. Yeah.
Remember him in Bad Guy in Cape Fear?
Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci, bad guy.
Yeah.
Instant to me, you look at him, you think about Casino and how much of an asshole he was.
Yeah.
I mean,
my favorite Joe Pesci thing is from Goodfellas when they killed that fucking dude, and then he goes, "Ma, I need a borrow your knife. We hit a deer. We got to cut it up." And that was you think
he ended up being alive in the trunk, and he goes, "Oh fuck."
Yeah. Right. He was pretty bad.
And shit.
Remember 310 to Yuma? Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
He played a great bad guy. He was a good bad guy. He got the guy, they're going to hang me in the morning. They're going to hang me at dawn. They're going to hang me. He said, "You shut the fuck up." He goes, "Oh, no." And then later he stabbed him with a fork in the throat.
How about
I counted him 21 times in the throat with a fork.
What's the weirdest movie villain thing? I'll tell you mine, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. But I'll say The Clockwork Orange.
Oh, Clockwork Orange, a classic movie.
Like something like that. Like that, or like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Where those movies are just off the wall.
Oh, off the wall movies.
Yeah.
Alice doesn't live here anymore.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
Alice
one.
doesn't live here. They get picked up by these strange people who have sex with them and give them drugs and shit. And
all right, the guy that played in The Rundown, the bad guy with the gold mine and shit. That guy always plays a good bad guy.
Dude, you're always one conversation behind.
Well, I was just thinking of this guy. He's so good, man. George Kennedy was a good bad guy.
Yeah.
George Kennedy was a good bad guy. But you're talking about, we're talking about strange movies. Strange. I mean, really, I like Jacob's Ladder. That's a very strange movie where they give acid. They put acid in the water in Vietnam.
Right. Yeah.
And they see if they can still kill and be fucking badasses under the influence of LSD.
Right.
One of the best ones is Wild in the Streets.
Wild in the Streets. I've seen that one. How about? Oh my God. I can't remember the name of it, but it was so good, so weird. You know what was a weird movie or weird? Talk about weird. The series back in the '90s, Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks. That was
I don't know.
surreal.
That was just. It was one of those things that you watch the whole thing, and then towards the end of the series, it was like it just blew your mind. Like, oh my God, I was totally wrong.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Breaking Bad was like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Breaking
you
Bad
know
was
Joe
that.
Dirt, Joe Dirt, the movie Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the guy at the end there when he's talking with Kid Rock, and he says, "You talking to my man? You're talking to my man all wrong.
Oh, what's his name?
I'm
God.
gonna stab you in the face with a fucking soldering iron." That guy, that was the best acting bad guy ever. What was his name, Todd? I can't think of it. It's at the tip of my tongue.
I never
What's
seen
his
Joe
name?
Dirt.
You never saw Joe Dirt?
Nah. I don't
Oh,
like.
good
I'm
movie.
not a fan of David Spade.
Good movie, though. Good movie.
Yeah.
Fuck
I've-
yeah. Hello.
I've heard of that from many people.
What was his name? It wasn't Lithgow. It was God damn it. I can't never think of that guy's name.
Give me something else. He was in.
He was in The Rundown. He was the main bad guy in The Rundown. He did a lot of movies, this guy done. Come on, you'll know
Christopher
it.
Walken. Christopher
Yeah.
Walken.
Oh, Christopher Walken. That's one of my favorite bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
in the movie. He's in with Joe Dirt. He's in Joe Dirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I like the crazy fucker that puts Joe Dirt in that hole in his basement.
Great movie.
Great movie. Fucking
Classic.
funny as hell. One of the funniest movies ever. I mean,
Classic.
funny. I mean, I could
Classic.
only watch it once or twice. I couldn't watch it again today. It's like The Longest Yard. Okay, I liked it. It was good. It was good with the cheerleaders and shit. Hey, football man, I'd be respecting you. And a great fucking movie.
Now,
Funny as hell.
which Longest Yard do you like better, the original or the
The
updated?
original. The
Yeah,
original.
see, I actually like the updated one better. I don't know why.
You know, I like the
Adam
original
Sandler.
mainly.
I
Mainly
liked
because
them both. I think they should have changed it, but I liked them both. I think
Yeah.
they should have changed it a little.
I
Adam
like the
Sandler
beginning
wa-
of the original. I like the beginning of the original where
Right.
he meets up with those fucking with those highway patrol guys, and the one guy's like 4 foot nothing, and he's a highway patrol guy. I like
He
that
goes,
part. That's funny.
Okay,
as shit.
calm down, Frodo. Calm down, Frodo. And the other cops laughing.
Yeah, well, see, the first one wasn't a comedy, really.
No.
It was a drama, but the second one was made as a comedy.
Kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's why I like that one. You know, I don't know. And I think Burt Reynolds made a cameo appearance in the.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
he was Nate Scarborough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Nate Scarborough. And
And
Nate
then-
Scarborough was in the actual. He was actually Nate Scarborough in the first one.
Okay.
And
The
okay,
warden,
yeah.
the guy from Green Acres,
Mm.
Yeah,
Eddie Albert.
Eddie Albert, he played a good bad guy.
Yeah.
Well, Eddie Albert was an underrated actor, really. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
he was really a good actor in a lot of things. And, you know, I when I was younger, you know, even though I grew up in the 80s, we didn't have cable TV a lot. So I used to have to watch like public access shit. And like, I watched a lot of movies from the 50s and 60s and stuff. And he was good in a lot of movies. I mean, I couldn't tell you the movies right offhand, but I remember
Yeah.
when.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you,
There's a lot. Go ahead.
do you remember a time when TV went off the air?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, where they play the national anthem at the end
Yeah.
of the day, and then put up the Indian
The Indian,
up
yeah,
on the screen.
chief.
Yep, the
Yeah.
chief, and they
Mhm.
put you up on the fucking up on the screen,
Right.
and then you'd have to change the channel to see if there was something else on.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
it's all
so you can find-
snow.
It's all
But
snow.
But that's when cable swooped in and fixed that, you know, and then all the other channels said, "Yep, 24-hour programming," because when it was
Right.
just, you know, before cable, you just had to do what there was 2, 4, 7, whatever, you know. And
Yeah.
if they all went off the air, there was nothing to watch, go to bed. Now cable comes around and HBO and stuff, we're open 24 hours, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
And
no, they
Well-
stopped that. They stopped that Indian signal in the late 60s. That was the end of that. And then
It was just went to snow. It just went to
No.
white noise.
no, that was in the late 60s and they stopped all that. And that's when they went on all the time. Like you could always find a channel on.
I remember back in the 70s it happening too, in certain stations going off the air.
Some stations, but not all. Back in the late 60s was the end of the all of them off at one.
Just take a
At
picture of
midnight.
yourself.
It started in 1939 by RCA.
Right.
Okay. And they
67
see.
was the end. 66.
Let me see if I can find it. UHF, and let's see, cultural icon. They
Yeah.
don't say. They don't say. Let me see if I can still find it. TV era in the late 70s, early 80s. There was no nightly test pattern. So the late 70s is when they finished it. When they
Oh,
stopped it. Yeah, it was
Oh.
mid
No,
70s.
because I remember. I'm just saying, I remember it as a kid going off, you know, and then, you know, later on, like 81, I remember the launch of MTV at midnight, and then I don't remember the test pattern ever again after 81.
Yeah.
You
Local
know,
programming usually ended at 10 p.m. or 11. From 10 p.m. It usually ended between 10 and 12 p.m. at
Right.
midnight. And it says that since back in the day they had 5 networks. And
Yeah.
can you name the 5 networks?
NBC, ABC, CBS, the Blue Network, and I don't remember.
And NPR.
Fox.
Yeah,
That's no, Fox wasn't a part of the programming then.
not until
PBS.
Fox didn't come around to the late 70s.
PBS.
Yeah, it was PBS. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a UHF channel. Everybody had a UHF channel in their town. And
Right.
they
And
would
maybe the
broadcast.
BBC. Maybe the BBC.
Well, that was around in Britain, I think, but around here, I don't. I remember not getting like currently, which is Fox for us now, used to be like a
Right.
station coming out of New York City, like WPIX or something like that. It was like a
Yeah,
TBS type station, you know.
yeah.
And-
They've still got the where you can buy where you can on here in St. Louis they have Channel 9, which is the pay. You pay in and you become a
Right.
member, and they give you shit. They give you tickets to concerts and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. And then they do these telethons where they fucking collect money and shit still.
It's like
So-
a pyramid scheme.
But that used to be owned by the BBC, because I used to be able to watch Doctor Who, and I used to see Monty Python on there all the time. Monty Python was awesome.
Yeah,
Used to
you
watch
know what
that
I
all the
get?
time.
We get Canadian stations around here.
Oh, do you? You get Canadian stations?
Yeah, we get a
Well,
lot. We get-
I remember we had to turn on like at the end of the night or about 10, 11 o'clock, we turned it on the UHF channel and watch The Outer Limits or
The Outer Limits.
Twilight Zone. Remember
Twilight
Jeepers
Zone.
Creepers? Do you remember Jeepers Creepers?
Creepers. Yeah.
I don't.
And-
Yeah.
And Elvira?
I
Who were
remember
some of them?
Mistress
Some of them
of
great
Night.
shows. Mistress of the Dark. Yeah.
Dark, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
her.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and-
I remember watching when I was a younger guy, Vincent, I was gonna say Vincent Van Gogh. Vincent Price did
Vincent
like
Price.
Yeah.
a show.
Yeah, he did.
It ran from
And-
1962 to 1966.
And Rod Serling was the best fucking writer ever fucking to come
Yeah,
on
Rod
TV.
Well,
Serling.
Rod
Yeah.
Serling was good. I won't disagree with you in that, but I think Alfred Hitchcock would give him a run for his money.
Oh, Alfred Hitchcock was shit.
Yeah,
I remember the
Yeah,
birds.
but
Birds
yeah, but
scared the shit out of me. The Bird scared the shit out of me, man. That was a
And
strange movie.
Psycho. Psycho
Yeah.
was a good one.
Vertigo.
Vertigo was good.
What was that?
Yeah.
Rear Window or something? Or
Rear View Mirror.
yeah, something like that.
Psycho. Yeah, but he did a lot of court stuff and
Sure.
stuff like that where Rod Serling did some really spaced out
Oh, he
shit.
did. I love Rod Serling. No, I'm not saying anything bad about Rod.
Oh,
Now, what
yeah.
was his
Yeah.
what was Rod Serling's later show? Art Gallery.
Art Gallery. I don't remember that one.
Art Gallery was great. I
Yeah.
love that. The Art Gallery, where he'd take you into this picture and he'd show you this picture, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're in the story of the picture. It was
Cool.
fucking killer, man. It was
Yeah,
fucking.
because he had his doors opening all the time. That guy.
Yeah.
He was good. That guy was good.
Wasn't
He
there
was
a movie-
great.
What was that movie? What was that movie where they with what's his name where he got killed?
There was a Twilight Zone movie.
It was the Twilight Zone movie. Yeah.
Victor.
Twilight Zone. Victor. Oh
Vic
God.
Morrow.
Vic
Vic Morrow.
Vic
Vic
Morrow.
Morrow was killed in a helicopter accident. He got his
Yeah.
head decapitated.
Not just Vic Morrow, 2 young children too, and
Yeah.
But you know what? I saw that movie and it was okay, but I liked his little short half-hour shows mostly.
yeah.
His
love
little
the
short
Twilight
shit
Zone
was,
movie.
and
That-
and the Twilight Zone movie was like 3 short stories.
Sure, it was
Yeah,
great.
but-
though.
They
Yeah,
were
it was
great.
awesome.
They were great, but some of his other stuff that was, was those old black and whites and
Right.
oh my
The
God,
most
those were
iconic one is the Man on the Wing, with William Shatner. To me, that's the one that stands out the most on the Monster on the
Well,
Wing or
did you-
whatever it was.
Did you ever see the one where they robbed a bank and they got a bunch of gold and they thought that and some other guy they hiding in a cave in the middle of the desert and they take the gold there in the trucks and stuff and they get in this cryogenic machines and they want to go ahead for 100 years and so they go in ahead in time 100 years. One guy, the earthquake had a rock shatter his thing, so he died in the thing. So then there was 3 left, and they had to walk across the desert. And this was 100 years later, and they didn't realize that because they were lost in the desert. And this was like back in the 40s and stuff. So they thought that gold was going to be worth a lot of money. So they go 100 years in advance, and then they come to find out, well, they were trading off here, man. I'll give you gold for that drink of water, and they're going through the desert.
Gold
Then
ain't
finally-
nothing to me.
Yeah, gold don't mean shit to me, man. And the guy's trying to carry all the gold and shit, and he dies, and they're all dying on the way, trying to get into. And so there's one guy left, and he's got 1 bar left or something, and he gets to the road. And this guy floats up on this Corvette-looking floater car, like a gravity unfloating car. And he gets out and he goes and talks to the guy because he's laying in the desert. And he says, "Dude, give me some water. Yeah, give me some water. I'll give you this gold." And the guy gets back in his car and he goes to his girlfriend. He's trying to give me gold, and it ain't worth shit now. We've learned how to make it synthetically, and then off in the distance, you could see a city with a dome over it,
Yeah.
that was
Great
that was
story. That's
that
a
was
great
a
story.
good one.
My favorite one was with Burgess Meredith, where he had a stopwatch where he could stop time, and then he did all this stuff and whatever, and then all of a sudden that stopwatch broke while everybody was frozen, and he was all by him lonesome. That was
Okay, here's
such a
one.
story, man.
That's a great one. Okay, the book How to Prepare Man.
Mhm.
They got from these aliens. They got this book, and it's How to Prepare Man, and it's written in a different language. And the one guy's starting to figure out the language and shit. Then he figures out it's a cookbook
Yeah,
It's awesome.
on how to
yeah,
prepare
that
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I think that was out. That might have been Outer
might have
Limits.
been Outer Limits. Yeah.
It's still a cool story.
Yeah.
Outer Limits was good. Or the one where the chick was beautiful and she was gorgeous, but everybody thought she was ugly.
Yeah.
And
Because
then
they were
at
ugly,
the end,
yeah.
because they were these fucking weird looking. Yeah, that was pretty fucking scary there. Yeah.
Yeah, and and the missile too. the guy could stop time and the missile's coming down and he stops the time right there before it hits New York. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one too. And then when the sun started getting close to the earth and everybody was fucking on fire and burning and shit. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I remember that one. That'd be good, man. They all were pretty well written, you know, and that was back at the time when you had to use your imagination on a lot of the, you know, plots or the holes and whatever, you know, and you didn't care because it was still a good story.
Yeah,
Good entertainment.
More interesting than
Go ahead. Yeah.
Go ahead, Carl.
Wait a minute.
Alfred.
No hurry.
Alfred Hitchcock's.
Yeah.
Alfred
That was-
Hitchcock.
That was easy for you to say.
Yeah.
It wasn't very easy. I don't think it was easy.
No.
Okay, older TV shows were done. What else can we as far as this year's football? Who we liking? Who we liking?
Wow, I got to make a decision already.
Buffalo Bills. Who do you think is going to go to the Super Bowl? You think the Bills are going to make it to the Super Bowl?
They were good last year. They were a lot good.
Okay, we didn't last year. We missed it. There, whatever. But now we have fucking 4 ridiculously amazing wide receivers. 4. Okay, you got Diggs, you got Cole Beasley, you got Emmanuel Sanders, and you got Isaiah McKenzie, who picked the shit up last year. Okay, you got a great dude throwing to them. Amazing offensive line. We are doing so good that none of our starters have even played in the preseason yet. All rookies.
They're doing that on purpose.
Right.
You know, they're doing that on purpose.
And our backup quarterback was the 2nd overall pick. And he plays just like Josh Allen. So if Allen goes down, we should be okay. So it's like, how can we lose it? How? Great defense, too. Secondary, arguably one of the best cornerbacks in the league. You know, and Tre'Davious White.
You know, Rodgers is going to be in it because he's getting old and he wants it. And
I think Brady. I think Brady's going to get hurt. I think he's going to get hurt. I think so.
I don't.
Yeah. They need to protect him, and I think
he's a prima donna. He's a prima donna, and they protect the shit out of him. They're not going to hurt him.
Yeah, but if you piss him off, say he pisses that offensive line off and he fucking makes them angry, they're not going to protect his ass.
Right.
You know, and then you come into a problem. He is that old, and his bones are a lot more brittle than everybody else's, you know, so.
It's only going to take one hit. And one solid hit, somebody get a hold of his legs or something like that.
That's what I'm saying, though. The guy gets respect, and if they don't listen to him, they think that they're wrong. If you know, hey, if I don't listen to this guy, I don't care if he's right or wrong. I'm wrong.
Right.
Because this guy's got the shit. He's got all the rings, and if you're going to dispute him, you might as well get off the fucking team.
I'm not disputing him. It could very well be Tom Brady in the Bucks.
Rodgers.
First, no, it can't be versus Rodgers. They're same league. My prediction right now is the Bills versus the Buccaneers, with the Bills winning. That's my prediction.
That's your prediction. Okay,
Yeah.
What's your prediction there, Nose Drip?
I think the Rams got a chance.
Okay.
They've got a lot of good new receivers this year, and they got a new quarterback, and we're going to have to get a good chance going. I don't think they're going to win their first 2 games, but I think they're going to come out in the end. And I think Green Bay too. So
yeah. Well, I don't think the Buccaneers are going to make it to the Super Bowl this year. I really don't think they're going to make it.
They're going to be the one to beat, though.
Oh, they'll be the team to beat. That's why they won't make it to the Super Bowl.
So
because there's going to be a lot of teams.
What's your Super Bowl prediction?
my Super Bowl pick this year is going to be the Buffalo Bills versus the what is it? The Los no in the final. Let's see. In the AFC Championship, it'll be the Buffalo Bills and the Las Vegas Raiders. Buffalo Bills will win. Buffalo Bills will win, and they will have to play. You ready for this? Hang on to your hat. Hang on to your hat. The New York Giants.
Oh, okay, then we'll win that. But anyways,
No,
I'm worried about that.
You know,
That would be a dream.
as far as the NFC is concerned, I really think that the only team that really stands a chance, besides the Buccaneers, is the Green Bay Packers.
Sure. And
Well, your Buffalo's got to beat the Chiefs yet, and that.
Listen. Okay, yesterday, our pretty much whole entire backup squad played the Chicago Bears, and we beat them 42-12.
Yeah, they're tough.
With no starters, dude. Backups.
All backup. I think the Bills are going to be tough to beat. Even the Chiefs are going to have a hard time. I'm a Chiefs fan. I am a diehard Chiefs fan. But the Chiefs are not going to make it to the Super Bowl because they can't protect their quarterback.
No, they can't. And that's a shame because that's why they lost the Super Bowl. It's
Yeah,
totally why they lost the Super Bowl.
You know, it wasn't for that offensive line. Well,
right.
Yeah, Tom Brady should have never won that Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady should have never won that. Mahomes should have repeated, but his offensive line let him down.
They did. Oh, no, they absolutely 100% did. They played their asses off against Buffalo.
Yeah.
And then
they got hurt. Three of them got hurt.
Right, true.
Three of them got hurt, and that left two. And then they had to bring three rookies off of the fucking punt team.
Yeah.
And off of the field goal team and put them on the fucking regular team. And that's what hurt that's what they didn't know their assignments. They didn't know shit. They didn't know how to block against.
Oh, he didn't have second. He had mere seconds, dude. It was.
Oh, he didn't have a chance.
Mere seconds.
Well, I seen Holmes with his disappointed face. I think he's going to make a comeback. I think he's going to be in the running. That's for sure.
He's definitely going to be in the running. He will. Would 100% be in the running. And the cool part about it is I think we play Kansas City in the regular season this year. Our schedule is pretty tough, and I'm glad it is because once we get there, I don't want anybody to say, well, you had an easy schedule. You know, I hate when people say that. You're all NFL fucking teams. If you win,
everybody's got to play everybody. They got like 18 games. They got to play. Everybody's got to play everybody once.
No, it can't be that way. There's 32 teams.
No, there's 32 teams.
And you play your home division twice in the year. So right there, that's 2, 4, 6 games already taken. And then the other ones are by the other teams, and there's not enough to play. You'd have to play 32 weeks or more.
Right. Oh, you don't play every team then?
No. There's teams we don't play for years. But we'll play a whole entire division. We might play all of the NFC East this year.
Well, we might take 32 teams and you split it up among 16 games. You're getting exactly everybody plays everybody once.
Yeah, but you got to play your divisional team twice.
They play the Buffalo Bills at home. How are you going to
say who's the better record in the division if you don't play each other twice? So Buffalo plays the New England Patriots, the Miami Dolphins, and the New York Jets twice a year. Once at their place, once at our place.
Well, rack up the
10 or 11 games.
Let me see what's the schedule for the Kansas City Chiefs or Buffalo, and you'll see that they got like 16 games, and they're going to play.
No, it's 17 games this year. It's 17 games.
Okay.
They play the Buffalo Bills.
Listen, if they play the first 6 weeks of the divisional teams, okay, we got 6 weeks there. Now there's only 11 weeks left. How do you fit the other 28 teams in there in 11 weeks?
Yeah, they play some teams twice in a year. Like they play the Raiders twice, once at home and once on the road.
Who do they don't play?
The other 22 teams or whatever it is. I couldn't tell you right off that.
Chiefs play the Chargers, the Eagles.
Well, they're gonna have to face them in the playoffs.
Probably.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, you'll play a team that you've already played before.
Right. So
sometimes you don't.
Right.
Sometimes you don't. And some games are against the NFC, and they mix the games. They mix it all up. You play. See the
You
Chiefs.
usually play a whole division in the NFC, and then you usually play a whole division in the AFC part. You know, so you
Correct.
play the AFC West if that's not your division, and then you'll play the NFC South. You know,
Yeah, well, they play the Tennessee Titans, the New York Giants, and the Green Bay Packers.
yeah.
Okay, that's in November, and then they play the Raiders, and they play the Cowboys. Then they play the Broncos. Then they play the Raiders again at home this time, and then they play the Pittsburgh Steelers, the LA Chargers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Cincinnati, and then they close the season out at Denver.
And that's
They never played Miami.
no.
No,
They never played Washington, never played Miami, never played the Jets, they never played
No,
the Patriots, they never played the Bills.
they play the Bills in October 10th at home,
Well,
and
if
they play
play
the Washington. They play the Washington football team in Week 6.
Okay.
But they never played the Cowboys. They never played the
No, they play the
Tampa
Cowboys.
Bay.
They don't play Tampa Bay. Know that. They play the Cowboys in November.
Ah,
Yep, the Chiefs and the Cowboys.
ah.
Yeah, I'd like to go to a game this year.
How about
They
the
play the
Rams?
Broncos.
Did the
They
Chiefs
don't
play the Rams?
Nope, they don't play the Rams at all.
Well, no wonder we got it so easy.
Yeah,
You only play like
So Buffalo won't play the Rams either.
no, you only play like 15 teams total out of like 32 teams.
Oh.
Yeah, because the season would be too long and it wouldn't work the right way because you got to beat your divisional opponents to advance to the.
and you got to remember you get a bye week as well.
Sure.
And there's 17 games in a season now. It went from 16, and week 18 is in on January the 9th.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Bills are playing at the Chiefs. Maybe I'll go to that.
I ought to go. I'd love to go. Let's see what tickets are going for.
Yeah. And
do they sell? Are they going to be selling marijuana sticks over there at the New York Buffalo Stadium, and maybe some pot brownies and some gummy bears, marijuana?
No, they can't sell them legally at those places because no dispensary license yet. It's just not illegal to sell on the street right now until they change the rules. But right now, if there's no smoking at any NFL stadium anyway, so you couldn't smoke pot either. Yeah.
No, but I'm talking, that's what I'm saying. Get the donuts, the pot donuts, the pot brownies, the pot gummy bears.
That's coming. That's actually what I want to do is open up a sweet shop, 420s, like the munchie store or something, and just sell edibles, like all kinds of edibles, like cakes and gummies and whatever, a bunch of butter, weed infused butter, whatever, just a bunch of shit like that. Because the license for that's cheaper than selling weed itself. So, and the way I figure it is the newcomers or the first timers will want to buy the edibles first to try it out,
Right.
So I think that might work. We'll see. I don't know. I still got to wait for all the logistic laws to come through, and then I'll be ready to go, man. KGF weed.
You having fun there, Free Ride?
Yeah, I'm checking out tickets. 150 is the lowest price I can get for Buffalo Bills.
Well, that's a championship type game.
$150.
That's the two best teams of the AFC last year.
Yeah.
Either one of them would have been in the Super Bowl last year. One game decided either one of their fates last year.
They got tickets as high as $600.
Whoa, that's a lie. Something ain't right.
Well, I only go to a game a year. My son bought season tickets and he didn't want to be a retard, so he bought two. And every week he takes somebody different with him. So I usually go to one a year.
Well, it's like kind of like, hey man, $600 for tickets. And then your son says, hey dad, let's go to the football game.
Right.
And the fucking guy goes, the daddy goes, okay, I'll go down and get us $1,200 worth of seat there, more.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Well,
nothing.
not everybody can do it.
No, my son's
Not
almost
everybody
30
can.
years old. He's buying me a fucking ticket.
Right.
But he already has them because he has season tickets. So he's got two season
That's
tickets.
just crazy to me, man. I'm telling you, that is insane to me.
Well, that's why you buy season tickets, so you can sell them and make money on them.
Well,
That's what
yeah,
it's
well,
all
listen, you want to pay Patrick Mahomes $1 billion or 500, what is it, 500 million? You got to
Yeah.
fucking
Well,
charge that
what we
money.
do, if we all lived in St. Louis, we'd all buy season tickets to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
And then you'd go to a game, you'd go to a game, I'd go to a game, and we'd switch it up, you know?
about. Right.
See,
Right.
like Mahomes' contract is almost 500 million. Josh Allen just signed a contract for 250 million. But here's the thing: Mahomes' contract is guaranteed a certain amount. I can't remember, but Josh Allen's contract is the biggest guarantee in football history. If he goes out to the first game and has a career-ending injury, they still have to pay him $149 million guaranteed.
Well,
So he's guaranteed $150 million no matter what happens.
That's a drop in the bucket these days.
You know, not bad for a kid from a farm in Fire whatever, California. You know.
Well, if you got the talent, you got the talent.
Yeah, he does got the talent. He was a little untamed in the beginning, but now he's coming along, and his receiving core, fucking Diggs is such an amazing receiver.
Anybody who bitches about a salary of a professional football player or baseball player or hockey player, whatever the case might be, anybody who bitches is, you know what I say to him? He chose his career and you chose yours.
Oh, I don't begrudge that.
You know?
I don't begrudge
Yeah,
that.
like a rock and roller too. Like a rock and roller, he's good on the guitar. That he's got talent, and I guess
he's got talent itself. He chose his profession. It's just like Donald Trump when they knock all the money he had. He chose his career and you chose yours.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to hear it. Quit bitching.
Well,
Quit bitching.
Donald Trump really
not
chose
rich.
his career. I mean, I love Donald Trump, but let's be honest, his father chose his career.
Oh yeah.
You
Oh
know?
yeah. He fell into that.
Yeah.
He was broke dick more than once, but he
Yeah.
came back.
Yes.
He came
No,
back.
no. I'm not saying anything bad about the dude ever. Never. I'm just
No.
saying that he was kind of born with a silver spoon in his mouth to some degree. I will never deny that. You know.
I loved his answer. I loved his answer on tax returns.
Right.
He said, "Hey, I just used the loopholes that you guys gave everybody."
And you know what? His honesty is what really pissed everybody off, because it's like he brought to attention, not that, oh, I made this mistake, but no, that's the law you guys written. That's the law I followed. If you want it to end, then change the fucking law.
Change the law.
And that to me was the smartest answer I ever heard. It was like, wow, that's so honest, pure, and smart. Just, it was great.
You gave me the loopholes.
Yeah.
You want me to pay more taxes? Change the laws.
And everybody that condemned him for it has fucking found some loophole to get themselves out of trouble or save money or whatever. Everybody in the
People
world.
live in glass houses.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers, they find their way to fucking hide their fucking money. You're not fooling me for a fucking minute.
Oh, man.
You're not fooling me. And Schumer, all them fuckers find a way to hide their fucking money, especially Pelosi's husband.
Yeah.
He's a billionaire.
Paulie boy.
How many times did they get insider information? I'd love to find that out.
Me too.
How many times did they get insider information about a stock that's going to blow up?
We should find that out.
We should investigate it. Get Pelosi on the fucking phone. God damn it.
Yeah, I tried. She's not taking calls at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Neither is the vice president of the United States. She's on her way to fucking Vietnam.
Yeah, that's
how much time we got left?
We've got 10 minutes.
Why, are you fucking gotta pee or something?
No. I was just wondering if I was going crazy because this time flew.
Yeah, well, we had great
That's
conversation.
because you spent about 25 minutes cleaning fucking coffee up.
The first
So,
15 minutes.
you know.
Yeah, but I showed you how to use one square of shit paper too, though.
Well, yeah.
No, you didn't show us. You like told
Just-
us with a little piece of paper, but to actually show us what you would go wipe your ass with it right now.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's-
we'd have to see it on, live.
Well, no, that'd be disgusting. Now I just give you the instructions
Even your
of how
description was
it's
disgusting.
done.
Right.
We're not
So
gonna get back into this, are we? No.
No, not your shit paper stories. No more.
No.
okay,
He's just
then
trying
name
to
a
deflect.
state. Name a state, and I'll give you a story about it.
Oh my fucking God. Let's think. All right. Vermont.
Oh, Vermont. Oh, Vermont. Vermont. A friend of mine got married. He was doing he was like at a boys club or a girls club for like people that come over from England, and they were staying at this this great writers ranch. It was a big fucking park, had lakes and shit. So he invited me to the wedding there in Vermont. And I went there, and we stayed in cabins and shit. And it was all girls camp, like summer camp. And so
Right.
he taught wood shop there, and he was having a good time, and he got married, and it was a huge wedding, and a lake with boats and shit. And we were paddling with boats and what have you. And it was a lot of good fun, good weed, a lot of beer. It was at this Whitney or something, this great writer. What's his name? Come on, help me. Walt Whitman.
Walt Whitman.
Yeah, that was his land that this, was on. It had a big auditorium. They fed us. It was, it was an awesome trip. And at the end, we were going home, and I was with my other friend, and we were driving. He had a rental car, and we're driving and driving. Oh, we got to go up to Maine, because we was going to Boston or something to get on the plane. We both had tickets out of there because it was close to Vermont. And but we had to bypass by Maine to go get a lobster, to go. And we're eating the fucking lobster real quick, and we're hauling ass to try to get to the airport. And I was like, he was almost late, almost missed the plane. And I ran down the fucking airport, and I got on my plane. I had about an hour to spare, but he was damn near late. They were closing the doors when he ran up there on that. But this was in the day before TSA and all that shit. And anyway, I had a good time there. That was a good.
Okay,
good,
well, Vermont.
that was a good trip.
All right.
Yeah.
Went to Vermont. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
A lot of woods,
Okay.
and lakes.
They're saying that in Greenland, there's a mountain there, and for the first time in over 50 years, it rained. It actually rained water
Wow.
instead of snow. That's how warm it was.
Wow, that's pretty.
That in there.
Is that part of global warming?
That must be. Now we were talking about this. Now, global warming.
Well, which is colder, Greenland or Iceland?
Greenland.
Greenland. Yes.
Iceland
Greenland
is
is frozen.
It's a small island.
Greenland is frozen.
actually a
Iceland is green.
Yeah. Very beautiful women in Iceland. Very beautiful.
All right, you were saying.
Wow.
I was saying, okay, as far as global warming is concerned, they're talking about all these hideous storms that are coming our way, but all we've seen is some thunderstorms, for Christ's sake, and they're making a big deal out of it. Talk about distraction. I mean, come on, give me a fucking hurricane, a fucking, a knockdown, drag out, fucking knock buildings over, fucking hurricane. Give me a big one, motherfucker. I want a monster.
Give me an A.
Hey. All right, you can stop with the upside down shit, dude. You're making me dizzy. I think I'm gonna throw up in my mouth.
I didn't even know you
Yeah.
could see that, to be honest.
I could see it.
Mm. I thought I was being in the Guido.
That's what I was
Incognito.
laughing at when he was talking about Vermont. I was laughing my ass off at your upside down,
Well,
sideways.
I was like, I was waiting for him to say he like stuck his dick in a maple syrup spout or something in Vermont. And I
No,
didn't.
but hey, what I did get though in Vermont, I bought a belt, and
Yeah.
I still own the buckle. It's naval brass,
Yeah.
and this buckle was made in by hand in a guy in Vermont
Dude, keep
at
your
this
pants-
one guy's shop. It was Huckerbees or something, Hucklebees. Yeah,
Huckle, jeez. You do
Nice.
the hucklebuck.
so yeah, that's a naval brass buckle, and I've had it for all these years, man.
I bet you still have your fucking first nickel from your first communion, don't you?
I'll change the belt on it all the time, and it just interchanges with the belt, and because the belt wears out, but that fucking brass buckle never.
No.
No, I've got a brass. I've got a buckle from when I was in the Navy.
Do you?
Do
I've
you?
got a box full of stuff. Yeah.
Let's see it
Let's see.
It's all in my. I'll bring it out next week.
next week.
Next
I
week,
got,
I'll
I
bring it
got
out next
army.
week.
I got army shit still too.
I've got.
So Vermont, yeah, that was a short stay, but I loved Vermont. It was pretty cute, pretty cool.
All right, I'll see if I can dig it out of storage. I don't know if I'll find it or not. I've got a box that I bought in the Philippines that was handcrafted in the Philippines, and
Oh,
the belt buckle has my ship on it and the name and LST 1198 on it.
Right.
And it's
I
got
bought this
two
great
cross signal
big
flags, like
tapestry
these two
in
cross signal flags.
Singapore. I bought this huge tapestry rug
Yeah.
in Singapore, and a friend of mine has it. I don't have it no more. I had to trade him that for rent back in the day, and I wanted a picture of it. He says, "Oh, it's in storage,"
I bought my
I'm going,
mom. I bought my mom when I went to Japan. I bought my mom this geisha girl that was in a glass case, and she's wearing the garb and stuff, and
right,
really beautiful, with the hair up and shit, with the
right,
chopsticks in
right,
her hair. And I bought that
right.
for her, and she ended up giving that to my first wife, and then I never saw it again. So it was gone. Yeah, it got broke. The glass case got broke and shit, and so I said, okay, that's the end of that shit.
Yeah.
I knew that was
What
gonna
you
come.
Nothing you can do about that.
Can't keep nothing nice, man. You can't
Yeah.
keep nothing nice.
I know, like my
Yeah.
hair. I tried keeping it. It's fucking saying goodbye.
It's saying goodbye to you, dude. You're getting, look at that shit.
Do
I
you
mean, it's
do you
gonna
wake
start.
up in the morning with hair on your pillow?
No, I'm not that bad. I'm just thinning. I'm not losing yet.
You got to go buy some Rogaine now before it starts to depart.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just receding a tad
Oh.
and thinning a little bit. But I
Yeah.
have super thick Sicilian hair. So
Have you seen that cap that you put on?
yeah.
It's got laser beams and shit.
Yeah.
Makes your hair grow.
I don't know if I would like that shit. I don't like fucking they want me to get a CPAP machine. I don't want no fucking shit on my face when I'm sleeping. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I don't even like a fucking blanket, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, this one time I broke my heel, and I
Yeah.
had to wear a cast for a few days that I cried about, and I was supposed to wear it for 2 weeks, and I just said, "Fuck you, I ain't doing this." And they put that fucking cast on my leg almost to my knee, and that sucked, man. I had to sleep with that, and it was like, oh my God. I mean, and it was itching, and just thinking about what was, oh my God, that the cat, and it weighed about 20 fucking pounds. And I'm going, Jesus Christ, I got to sleep with my boot on. I'm going, mother, fuck you, man.
Did you have to put a plastic bag or garbage bag on it when you showered?
Fuck yeah. Didn't that suck too, man? Did you ever broken bones before?
I've had.
I never had broken bones except for fingers. I've had where I almost got my foot amputated because I went through a glass window. So I kind of had a cast, but not a cast with stitches and then stuff around it to protect it. but I really never broke. I broke my hand, my fingers, but yeah, I didn't really go to the hospital for that.
I broke my toes and
And my rib.
oh yeah, I broke a rib.
Yeah.
Playing
You have a
baseball, I
cast.
broke a
You
rib.
didn't have a cast on your chest, though.
No, I just had an
15
ace
or
bandage.
16. Yeah.
They give you a bandage to put around it to keep it tight so that when you cough, it didn't hurt. You know, I broke
I
a
was
rib.
always a thick person, and there was some skin between me and my bones. Where some
It's
people.
funny as hell.
Yeah.
We get into this conversation and it's a great conversation, but we've just run out of time.
Right.
So
right.
we'll save this for next week. Okay. Thanks for sticking around with us, folks. I hope you enjoy the program, and make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube at kgfrocks.com, and just check out all of our videos and all of our shows. And I hope you enjoyed this one as much as we did. You got anything there, Guido?
Yeah, just if you are in the New York area, I know they say there's like hurricanes coming and whatever, in whatever area you are, stay safe, people.
Free nasal drip.
Tread lightly, and I'm sorry if you're from one of those war-torn countries, and I don't like, being, misunderstood, but I love y'all. Okay, so you guys take it easy, hang in there, and the Biden might get you out of there.
All right. We hope that he will. Thank you very much for sticking around with us. It's been a great show. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And I hope to see you back next Sunday. Thank you so much. Adios, amigos.
Late.